So I don't mind that. It makes sense that Caitlin Clark is not on the team. Even as an alternate, I would still take Arike Ogunbowale before I would take Caitlin Clark. And I'm a Caitlin Clark fan. Don't get it twisted. But got to keep it real. Now here's the flip side of that. Here's the marketing stuff that everybody's been talking about the Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp and all of them were talking about. And it makes sense. Both things are correct. No, she doesn't deserve on a team. And yes, they are missing an opportunity to really, really grow the game and really, really make some money for the league. Now, they are going to make some money. They've already eclipsed. And like you said, Stafford, it was what, 33% increase because of Caitlin Clark? I don't know how they broke that down. Did Outkick, did they cite where they got those numbers from? Or they just pulling them out of the air? So that's one thing you got to look at. So, but let's just, for the sake of argument, let's just say that it's true. Here's where that comes into play. In 2025, the WNBA has a new collective bargaining agreement coming. And this is why this is so important. The collective bargaining agreement is basically when you have your player representatives get together with the owners of the teams and they say, hey, this is what we want. We want better this. We want better travel. We want better pay. We want this. We want ABC, X, Y, and Z. And then the owners come back and say, nope, we don't want to spend that money. We'll give you this, but we're not giving you this. And it's a back and forth until they reach a collectively bargained agreement. And in that agreement, on the top of the list is salary. And let's not forget, the WNBA hasn't really been turning a profit all of this time. This may be the first year that the WNBA has turned a significant profit since its inception. This might be a situation where if they're making enough money, is it possible that they could finally not be subsidized by the NBA? Because Caitlin Clark is bringing in that type of money. Love it or hate it, Caitlin Clark is the face that's bringing in all of these endorsements, all of these advertisers, and the one thing that will get these women paid quicker than anything else is television revenue. Television revenue. So here's when you collectively bargain an agreement. Here's what they're looking for. Number one, broadcasting rights. Broadcasting deals with television networks bring in a significant portion of revenue for both the NBA and the WNBA. While the WNBA broadcast deals may not command the same fees as the NBA, they still contribute to the league's revenue. Television money is the key. Caitlin Clark is bringing in more television money than anybody else. Period. You can not like her. You can the women in the NBA can say they get irritated with her, but the bottom line is it's not Angel Reese, it's not Cameron Brink, it's not Rakea Jackson, it's not Camila Cardoso. It is Caitlin Clark that people are tuning into. Angel Reese, when she plays for Chicago, does not require Chicago to get a bigger venue. Cameron Brink does not require LA to get a bigger venue or anywhere else they travel to. Caitlin Clark is the only rookie wherever the city that she goes, that city, they're getting bigger venues to fit the ticket demand, and they're filling them. That's huge. Broadcasting rights will bring in the money, and they will get one step closer to the salaries that they want. They're not going to get the salaries they really want, but they are going to get a bump in pay. Number two, ticket sales. Do we even have to go into this? Everywhere that Caitlin Clark goes, they're selling out. And now they're getting the trickle down effect because now there's enough people that because of Caitlin Clark, now you see Angel Reese, and now you see Kalia Copper, and now you see all of the other women that's been in the league. And I joke about it, but you say, Chelsea Gray, I wasn't familiar with your game. Skylar Diggins, I wasn't familiar with your game. I didn't know you back then. But because I'm watching, now I'm seeing it. And I made a point. I got a top 5 list of players I like to watch in the W. Not named Caitlin Clark, not named Angel Reese. So it's for, because, and I say it like this, I am invested. So that's why I'm streaming almost every night for the games. I'm invested in it. I can rattle off a bunch of players. I couldn't do that this time last year because I'm invested. I'm paying attention. I'm learning. And that's what you want. The WNBA wants guys like me, new fans, new eyeballs, and people that are paying new money. Yes, the old fans have always been there, but the old fans wasn't getting them over the top. Now, somebody like me that watched LSU versus Iowa and South Carolina versus Iowa, and I was invested in the NCAA women's tournament. Now that transitions to what I'm watching in the W, and I bought my league pass, and I'm going to get some couple shirts and a couple hats and spend money on merch, and that's how you make the money. Ticket sales. Are you selling out the venues? Yes. Caitlin Clark is, and she is the biggest draw in the sport. And every time somebody says that, everybody else get irritated. All the other ladies get irritated. And it's like, facts is facts. Because y'all math ain't mathing. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Asia Wilson, Brianna Stewart, Diana Taurasi, Alyssa Thomas, Brittany Griner, Collier, Jewel Lloyd, Kelsey Plum, you name who you want. Whoever you consider to be the best player or the legend in the league. Diana Taurasi ain't never caused the city to get to a bigger venue and then fill it. Asia Wilson ain't never done that, and Asia Wilson is supposed to be the best in the game right now. She ain't done it. Caitlin Clark had the recipe coming out of college. Everybody gravitated to her. Whatever. You got to roll with it. And sometimes the way the WNBA has operated, they ain't doing it. And I agree with you 100%. And I did a video about that. You don't have all your eggs in one basket when you got all of these baskets. Now it's starting to filter out a little bit more because Angel Reese, they're winning a little bit more. Connecticut is winning, so people are watching Connecticut. Las Vegas, they started out hot. They got some chinks in the armor now, but for the most part, you understand why Las Vegas won 2 in a row. You know what I mean? So now I'll jump on a Wednesday or a Thursday and I'll watch the Dallas game because I like Arike Ogunbowale. So I'm going to watch her games. You know what I'm saying? So just by being interested in Caitlin Clark, you get introduced to everybody else, and that's the way that it should be. The problem is it seems like the optics of it are that all of these women got a little resentment because Caitlin Clark is getting the lion's share of the attention. And I understand that. That's understandable, but that's the way the game is played. This is the part of getting all of the attention that's ugly. This is the ugly side because it ain't fair. It's not fair. And it never will be. So you got broadcasting rights, you got ticket sales, sponsorship, and advertising. Sponsorship deals with companies looking to reach the WNBA audience, as well as advertising during games, contribute to the league revenue. Watching the WNBA stream, I saw Olay.com, the makeup. All of the girls did the 2-piece Skims, the little athletic underwear, stuff like that. They got a market to that. More money, more eyeballs.